Hi, my name's Teresa, and you're watching Between Two Wheels. I received an email, someone asking me they have MS and they aren't able to go to the gym, or they're currently not going to physical therapy, and they were wondering what I do or what they can do in a situation that they can't get out. And well, I'll tell you, some days I don't get to the gym for whatever reason, and I have a few things here at the house. You know, you can pretty much turn anything into a workout or a strength builder, at least muscle toner type of thing. I don't do it, but you know, there's the soup can thing to give you a little bit of added weight to do soup cans, and maybe some, work triceps and biceps and stuff. What I have used and still use are these therapy bands. You can get them anywhere, online at any of the big box stores, or if you do go into a gym, or even if you go into like a physical therapy center, and say, could I just use one or something? I think they would give you one. Don't quote me on that, but you can just take these, and the color is related to the resistance strength. And you can start out with a fairly low resistance and build it up into I believe there's a black and a gray that really give you some really good resistance. I do use the gray over at the gym for certain things. And these, you can do anything with these. I've even tied them to my chair and used them to, build some bicep work. Tie them to the post of your bed, and do some, like, a rowing motion. There's just so many uses for these type of things. Now, they don't last forever. You have gone to physical therapy in the past year, 2 years, and they gave you some of these, and you have them kind of in a drawer, or you really don't use them. I would suggest not using them, because they do weaken, and after time they can break on you, because it's just like a rubber band. And I would hate to see, I've heard stories that people have used them and they've broken and come back and smacked them in the face or something. So really, I say lifespan for these, if you're really using them daily, is probably 4 to 6 months. And if you haven't used them in a long time, just get rid of them. So yeah, these are a great alternative. Not everybody has a gym that's even, handicap, wheelchair accessible, or can't afford it, or whatever the situation is, can't get to it. And some people are just intimidated by that whole environment. And I get that. I so get that. And this thing, okay, let me explain this. This little guy right here, I don't know if you see him right there, he has been a lifesaver and a part of my life for the past 3.5 years. One day I was at a little kid's store at the mall, and I saw this little rubbery guy. And I immediately, every time I go somewhere and I look at things, I immediately think, how can I incorporate that into my routine, whether that be strength building, just something to keep my hands moving, or some other kind of device or thing that I can modify to help me with some of my tasks and just make my life easier. So this little guy, I have used him when I sit in my chair in the evenings, my recliner chair. I use him a lot, and even, try and puff him up that it stays in the center. And even, you know, with those, I don't know what they're called, those things that help, those gripper things that you use. And you can get like even 2 pounds, 3 pounds grippers that keeps your fingers going. Man, for me, for somebody like me, I can't do those. Even the 2 or 3 pounds is pretty hard to keep that going. And I find that it just makes me more frustrated and more fatigued. But something like this, when my hands are in this position, like right now today, I didn't even check in. You know, they're you know, not having a very good hand day, and that's okay. So, for an example, since this is a pretty bad hand day, I can take this guy, just squeeze him, pull him, tug him, keep him in my hand. And you know, I was mentioning in a previous video how I have problems once I have a grip on something to release it and let go. Well, this guy, I can just practice just that, the motion of squeezing, nice tight squeeze. And when I squeeze, I make sure my shoulders get involved, my stomach, I suck my stomach in, I even pull my butt cheeks in, I flex my legs, my toes, everything. I try and get everything involved except my head and neck, because other things that I do, sometimes not by choice, my neck tenses and my head again goes back, and that affects my jaw. So the only thing I'm not trying to tense when I do an exercise like this is my neck and head. And you know, it's just a nice little routine that I get into. But this guy, we call him Mr. Wiggles, because he just wiggles around. He's just a cute little guy that wiggles around. Take him like this, squish him down, squish him down, squish him down. But, and again, I bought this for just a couple of bucks at a kid's store. And so yeah, these are things that I do, and doing some isometrics. You know, I do separate isometrics like 5 or 6 times a day. I just sit, get every part of my body in that tense position, again, except my head and my neck. And that's very difficult to do, to try and, you instantly, at least I instantly want to get my head back and my neck and even my teeth clenched. But I try really hard, and just through practice, I try not to do that. Just little asymmetrics like this. So yes, that is a little bit. And again, I'm not an expert here, and this is just what works for me. Just a few of the alternative things that I use instead of going to the gym or going to physical therapy, that I feel can benefit my MS hands. So I hope this helps. I hope all these videos with my hands have helped.
I have a few more videos dealing with my hands. We shot a video of me going out my front door, going down our ramp into our ramp that goes into the van, and then closing the ramp door, and then the reverse, where we open up the van, the ramp comes out, I get off, come up my sidewalk, and come in my house, just to show you what it's like for me to get in and out of my house and into our van when it's out here in the driveway.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed and maybe found some I don't know, inspiration, maybe a little gratitude, and maybe some suggestions on things to do if your MS has and is affecting your hands, and maybe not even to this extreme or degree, you know, just things to maybe not allow this MS to get to this degree with your hands. And you know, I am going to be shooting some videos of me over at the gym and what I do. This requires, when I do things like this, I have great ideas and I would love to just execute all of them, just bam, bam, bam. I'm, I say I'm a director at heart because I have a lot of ideas that I would love for this channel to go in a certain direction. I hope you even maybe learned a little bit of information on how MS and the central nervous system affects the nerves, and then also affects the muscles, and how this disease varies from person to person, and it can vary from day to day. Have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Toodaloo.